Hello. Good morning, everybody. What's up? Everyone have their coffees? Post your coffees. Yes, it is a live stream. It is a live stream, not a premiere. Dev's vegetable garden is probably doing great this time of year. Yeah, maybe. More like it's under the ice. How's it going, everyone? How do I sound? I'm going to adjust my mic stand here a little bit. This is not a sip, and this is a regular stream. I'm doing very well, Lion Tamer. Thank you. Praised be the 3 breakfasts per day. I had a burrito for breakfast. Hey, Artsoutskin. What's up, man? This isn't pre-recorded. All right. I'll give you a sip tomorrow as well, of course. Hey. Why does my mic stand suck so much now? Figure it out, mic stand. God damn it. Wow. Like, I'm gonna lose my shit. Fuck you. An anti-doomer media stream? No. Is my mic still moving? Very Jesus. It's probably okay though. I probably sound fine. Okay, guys, what's up? How's your day? Mic volume is too low. What do you mean? Like I'm already hitting red in OBS. How is it too low? You can move it closer to me? Well, in any case. Yeah, like it's maxed out, man. We're maxed. Maybe I can adjust it. Open sound settings. Do speakers. Hold on. I can increase it a little bit here. How's that? Is that better? It's fine? Okay. Here, I'll just eat the mic. Use a compressor. Yeah, I bought a compressor that didn't work. I don't know how to. The honest truth is, everyone who uses this mic, the Shure S7MB, whatever, the one that everyone likes to use for podcasting, it needs a compressor. But I bought a compressor and I had no idea how to make it actually work. So I might need to figure it out. I need to learn more about sound, basically, I think. Hey, Lala. Hey, Safety Zoom. I'm recognizing all people who are in Game Boomers. All the Game Boomers viewers. What the hell? Oh yeah, as always, I guess I'll advertise that real quick. Give me a second. I'll put in the chat right now the links to my gaming channel, Game Boomers. Whenever I'm not on YouTube, I am on this. Most nights. And I'll be there tonight as well. Stop pleasuring the robotic overlords. Okay. So, I guess I'll mention a few things, eh? Yeah, I'm just a bit too far away, possibly. Have not seen the new Dune yet, but I want to. Here. I should probably say a few things at least, okay? So one, the reason that I'm doing a stream about this and not a video is because I mentioned last week that if I can't do a video on time, I should just acclimate myself to doing a stream. And I've tried to write a video script all week on this topic and another topic. One was going to be like a culture war thing, which is Chappelle. The other one is going to be like an actual political thing, which is the LTV. And I've been thinking, like, should I do which video should I do? So I've worked on both of them, and then I realized, I want to do Chappelle while it's still timely, but I don't want to do a video on it because there's not enough meat there, But I do want to talk about it because there's some important things to talk about. And yes, also because the story keeps rapidly updating Who's this pop guy? Shut up. Jesus. Fucking get out. But yeah. So here. Wait, did I actually put this in the chat already? Am I an idiot? I know I'm not an idiot. Okay. Just give me a second here. I can pin the message. Pin messages work on my channel finally. Okay. So there we go. I managed to figure it out. As the pinned message right now is my gaming channel, Game Boomers. Go over there, follow it on Twitch, sub to it on YouTube. I stream on both of them. Make sure you're there. I'm there almost every night. Even on days where I'm not working on SFO, I'm working on Game Boomers. So you know what? I'm around. Well, dysfunctional. It's also that when I'm making a video, I can really cut out the fat and I can really just get down to the bare bones. And if the video ends up being less than 10 minutes, I should probably just like chat with you guys on a stream about it. And there's also a second point of view too, and it's that if I'm going to be aiming to get out a video every single day, and if for some reason due to some circumstance I can't get out a video that day, I should probably at least do a casual stream that day. Like I know, like Sargon does his main content on Lotus Eaters now, but sometimes he'll stream on his main Sargon channel and just like hang out and shoot the shit for like an hour. You know why not? You know why not? So I kind of want to acclimate myself to doing that. At least if I'm not doing a video, streaming a little bit more. So here I am, and I'll say hi, and I'll probably update this. I'll probably like shine the stream up a little bit, make it look a little bit better. You know how it is. And yeah, the reason that I do Game Boomers, a guy named Shut Up in the chat is asking me about it. The reason that I do Game Boomers is because I don't want to think about politics all the time. Simple as that. Yeah, videos are much better than live streams to get the point across, but also it's more fun to hang out with you guys sometimes, you know? You know what I mean? Everyone slurp your coffees. Everyone put your coffee mugs in the chat. Put them in. Post your coffees. Post your coffees. Copying Don Sargoy. I'll probably go on Lotus Eaters when I go to the UK at some point, you know? Anyway, I'll probably get into the content, the actual discussion of the stream, which is Dave Chappelle, in a minute or two. As always, I will read the super chats at the end of the stream, so thank you very much. But of course, as always, as well, don't feel obligated to donate anything, okay? I want you guys to take care of yourself first. Taking care of me and my employees now is secondary. It's not secondary to me, but it's secondary to you. Basically, I want you to spend your money on yourself, and once you're financially secure and you're safe, then you can start spending money on me. I do appreciate super chats and donations, but don't go breaking the bank, okay? Oh, coffee's good. Man, you know what? I cannot get over how much I like a good cup of coffee. Tea's good too, but coffee's good. I'm probably gonna change up the thumbnails. Send the mold couch to Saigon. Force him to accept. Thanks for the 2 bits, Gregor. Thank you. But yeah, like I'm probably going to at some point. Right. I should pay. Why should I just pay my mods? The coffee I'm having is it's Kicking Horse. $5 from Artsoskin General. Stop making me feel obligated, Boomer. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much. I should probably do a few community announcements. So tonight I am streaming on Game Boomers, and I'll be finishing up A Plague Tale: Innocence with my girlfriend and my roommate, Dave and Naomi. And tomorrow, guys, at 3 p.m. EST, the Minecraft Halloween event on the SFO Minecraft server is officially over. So, if you have a build and you want to finish it up, you have Oh my god. Did you guys hear that cracking? Ho- hold on. Hold on. I was going to announce something, then something started happening. Oh. 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 Uh-oh. Um. You didn't hear it? I don't quite know how to describe this. My table is breaking. Not the mug. The table that the computer's sitting on. It's like slowly bending downwards and cracking. I might need a new table, guys. um, I don't know if I can do this right now. Okay. How can I fix this for now? At least so I can finish this. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. The mic stand is collapsing. I have to like hold the mic to my fucking head. Hold on. Mm. Table fund. I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna need. Okay, this table is an old table, to be honest. It's a sturdy but old table, and no, 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 Frederick. I'm having to hold to read like to put the mic stand somewhere because it's falling. Give me a second, okay? Hold on. What if I did this? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I did this with this. Just give me a second. Stream from the floor. Oh fuck! What happened? Uh, floor stream. Okay, I think I've. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I've jerry rigged something for now. This'll do. Okay. Sorry. 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 Okay. I temporarily fixed it. Okay? This should be good enough. I basically like put an extra prop underneath things, and that will hold it up till the end of the stream, and then I'll have to get like a new desk, I guess. I don't know. The reason the table's cracked because Subway Antifa released termites on the. Oh god. Dude, this table fucking sucks. Mute gamer for $5. Thank you. Hey, Dev, I heard some more talk about it. I was 30 on the stream of reality. Possibly. Dev post pictures of the table. Fuck off. We're gonna get going on the stream finally. Stream your IKEA trip. Temporary fix is best fix. Yeah, I guess. For now, anyway. Make Naomi sit under it and hold it up. Yes, just in case the stream like fucking dies. That's what's going on, okay? I put a rod underneath the table to hold it up temporarily. I just like propped it in there. Anyway, sorry. Dev, you don't need to give me money. Also, Dev, shit, my table's falling apart. This table is, it's, here's the thing. It's actually like a decent table. It's a fold-out table, yes, but it's a very thick wooden fold-out table. Like it's the kind of table you'd see at like a trade show or something, or like a, like some kind of like place where you set up a booth outside and you sell stuff off of it. Like it's pretty thick, it's pretty solid, but it is a fold-out table. Um, the problem is that it's about 15 years old, and I guess it just, the age is getting to it, you know. Oh, damn. I will probably need a new desk. Have you seen Kraut's recent video on Chomsky? I have, yes. That's good. Come on, Devo, make a photo of the table. I like how okay, Gregor is basically the lore master of my channel when it comes to furniture. He's obsessed with the couch, he's obsessed with the table now. If it's 15 and broken, send it to Vosh. Oh god. Yeah, I will need to get a new desk eventually. Obviously, right? Table. Don't get deadly bombed through your table. Oh god, all the references, guys. Oh, Kraut's been good for several years now. Kraut is a good friend of mine, and I'm happy to see him around. See him around making content again. Good for him. Hey, Aiden, you missed the drama. my desk started collapsing during the stream, and I had to prop it up with some wood. I fixed it though. Anyway, maybe we should actually talk about what's going on. So what I wanted to actually mention was that the Halloween contest, the Halloween build challenge on the SFO Minecraft server is being closed tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. And then around between 6 and 7 p.m. EST tomorrow night, we are going to do the Halloween Minecraft stream. So, if you have a build that you want to finish up, you have what would that be? 27 hours to do it? Yeah. About 27 hours to do it. It's the snooze stream. So many awkward silences and pauses. This is your first time here, isn't it? Don't come here if you expect to have fun. Okay. Dev, serial compression vocal technique is what you should look into. Okay. Serial compression vocal technique. I will put this in a tab and I will look at it after the stream. Thank you very much, dude. Oh yeah, dude, this table, I had this table before I moved into this house. When I was back in university, I still had this table, man. Mark Gell, it seems the reason that everyone's going after Chomsky. Well, first of all, Kraut did the Chomsky thing because of his comments on genocide and how he denies it. Sargon did it because of his comments on vaccines and how the supposed anarchist suddenly wants people to be segregated from society using state force. None of these people were ever actually fucking anarchists. But anyway, I think that's it. So, Halloween thing, finish it up. You got a day. Be at Game Boomers. Make sure you're there or else you're banned. Tonight and tomorrow night. And anything else happening in the community? I don't think so. I guess table fund. Buy me a new table. Cool guy Aspie. Gun bro. Should I sell one of my guns for $1,000 to help me get the WWSD 2020? I don't know a single thing about guns, man. I'm sorry. But thank you for the super chat. Holy hell, get on with it, mate. Going on 20 minutes of slurping. It's real good, dude. You deserve that, by the way. Okay. Oh, yes, that is one more thing I have to announce. Right. Next RP. Sorry, the Skaven RP is going on hold for 2 months. It comes back in January. It's as simple as that. This is a great first stream to tune into. Oh, dude, all my streams are a shit show. Hope you enjoyed. Table needs a clown horn. Okay, hold on. There you go. I clown horned it. No slurping. Okay. A music band. Oh, fuck off. Okay. So, let's actually talk about the topic of the stream. 20 minutes in. How many of you guys have seen Dave Chappelle's most recent comedy special, The Closer? Just out of curiosity. Now, I know in The Closer he mentions a previous special, which he calls The GOAT, the greatest of all time, which I haven't seen. However, part of the recording of that special apparently includes heckling from a person in the crowd who is a friend of his who is a trans woman who killed herself later. And she opened for that special. You've seen it? There's a bunch of yeses, a bunch of nos. Seems like 2/3 of people have seen it. Yeah. How many of you guys have seen Doomer Politics' video on it and how he got fucking reamed by his own audience for his take? Which honestly, it's a take I disagree with, but it wasn't a bad take. It wasn't like an unfounded take. I just don't think it's correct. But people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're doing this. Aren't you supposed to be our guy in the culture war?" It's like, calm the fuck down. Jesus, chill out, all right? Now, you can just download it. You don't gotta get Netflix. You just fucking download it. Head over to Pirate Bay. Yo ho ho. Doomer Politics is a really good guy. He made the "Is Vosh Unironically Evil" video. He's a good boy. But he made a second video about the Chappelle situation and how he thought that the Closer was a bit too mean-spirited and how it was just not funny. I disagree. I disagree with him. I thought it was less funny than his normal stuff. But I didn't think it was not funny. And I also didn't think it was especially cruel because most of the time, there's one exception, but most of the time when he's making fun of trans people in The Closer, he's making fun of specific individuals. He's not saying trans people as a class do this behavior that is ridiculous. He doesn't usually say that. He says that a little bit, but for the most part, he didn't really say that. He described a situation where a trans woman with 2 big black men with her confronted him in a bar, and he starts making fun of her. And he does make fun of her appearance in such a way to say that oh, she looked kind of mannish or whatever. But the point is that he was making fun of a specific person, and when you make fun of a specific person, that does not mean that you're making fun of an entire class of people. Does that make sense? So if I were to make fun of Dave Chappelle, I'm not making fun of black people. I'm making fun of Dave Chappelle. That's the difference, right? Please buy table. Thank you for the $5 for the table, dude. And yeah, that's another thing that I realized when I was watching it. It was less funny and it was less comedic, and it was more of a form of closure. You're correct in that, Vincent. It's it's more of a form of closure for him. He's been having this conversation for several years now with people in the media, online, in his specials. And this is basically him saying, you know what? This is where I'm planting my flag. President Sunday made a video called "Doing Politics Ironically." That's funny, actually. I don't think. Now, you can make the argument that it's a comedy special and he should have been funnier. Yes, that's a solid argument. It's a comedy special. He should have been funnier. He was not funny enough. Yes. Get some background music. What do you mean? Why? You don't like just chilling with me? I like just chilling with you. Oversized trash bandit for 5. Thank you. Donating to Dev's table fund can stop propping up with his wood. Ha. Corruption said Doomer said it perpetuated harm. That's why I can take his argument seriously. Thanks for the 5s, guys. Yeah, I don't think jokes perpetuate harm. I do not go down that line. I don't think it makes any sense for me. The idea that if you say a joke, it makes the world like slightly worse and you hurt people. No. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I like Doomer politics, but I don't agree with that point of view. Sorry, buddy. But I guess what happened was the final third of the closer is devoted to him telling a story about a trans friend of his who killed herself. And he makes the joke at the end because he decides he wants to pay for this woman's daughter's education. And so he says something like he wants to go up to her one day with, a college check in hand and say, I don't remember the exact words of the joke, but I remember the gist of it. And it was, young lady, I knew your mother and he was a wonderful father. It was something like that. Like something very clearly tongue-in-cheek, something very clearly playing with gender, something very clearly in a different context would be very insulting to a trans woman. But because it was his friend, and because like the various situations surrounding it, it's funny. And then right after he says that, he says, she would have loved that joke. Yeah, your father was a great woman. Exactly. There you go. There you got it. You got it. Yeah. I knew your father, and she was the best woman I ever knew. Your mother was a good. Yes. Like you guys know the jokes. Like you get it, right? $10 from Cataclysm. Thank you. I had a conversation with a leftist friend about this in cancel culture. He basically said it isn't authoritarian because Chappelle is rich and isn't the government doing it. I called it ochlocratic. I don't know what that is. I just heard someone come in. I think Dave's home. Dave, is that you? Dave. Okay, well, I'm currently streaming, and also my fucking desk broke during the stream. So, shit happens.
Devin, stop breaking your stuff.
Dave, I gotta take it out of your paycheck. Sorry, buddy.
It's the voice of God.
Sorry.
You fucked up.
I'm taking out a day's paycheck, guys. Brother Doom for $20. Thank you. Dev wakes up Dave holding a hammer and saw. I need you to fix my table. I'm not a carpenter, Dave replied. Dev drops his tools and begins measuring Dave's arms and legs. I didn't say you were. Okay, back to the actual conversation. So, you know what I mean, though, right? That it was a joke that under different circumstances would be considered offensive, but because it was his friend, and because that he knew she would like that joke, because of all the depreciating jokes she says about herself and her own gender status, and how she worked that into her bit, it made it actually kind of touching, Don't bully Dave. Dave had it coming. Don't steal Dave's food money. Listen, if you want to see more of Dave, go to Game Boomers tonight, all right? Go there every night. So basically, shut up, Dave. It's a situation. It's a situation where clearly the story meant something to Dave Chappelle. And on a personal level, that's all completely fine. On a social level, he's saying things that make the old SJWs real angry. But he also didn't say it wasn't anything that was especially bad. It was insulting. It was rude. It was funny. But it's not like he treated trans people any differently than he treats any other group. He makes jokes disparaging white people and black people and Asian people. And in fact, the first 5 to 10 minutes of the entire special was him making jokes pointed at certain races. So it just sounds like special pleading, and it sounds like a lot of crybabiness from people who are complaining about the closer right now. I don't believe it was harmful towards trans women. I don't believe it perpetuated harm. I don't believe it perpetuated stereotypes. I don't believe it did any of that shit. I do think that if you didn't like the jokes, or you thought there wasn't enough jokes, those are fair criticisms. But I don't think there's actually anything wrong with the closer, okay? Tiro DVD, thank you. Please read about the simplification from the sci-fi novel. I put a basement in the Discord under politics, but super chat doesn't work. Simplification. I don't know what that is, but I guess I can look at it. Thank you. You can always DM it to me or Dave as well, or my mods. Angel Rin. Dave Table Fun Starter. Also first super chat, lol. No, the table's for me! But thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate being your first super chat. Okay. So, let me just... Will this work? Here, hold on. There it is. So, you can see this divide. All right? On Rotten Tomatoes, the critics have it pegged at 44%. The audience has it pegged at 96%. I'm going to have to do a video on just how shitty Rotten Tomatoes is. Maybe I'll do that next, because it's like an easy kind of fun video. Maybe I'll do it next. But there's always a divide. You can tell if something's really, really fucking good, but also really edgy, if the audience loves it and the critics hate it. That's how you can tell if you have like a high quality piece. All right? And I think it's kind of interesting to see that, yes, the trend is playing out in this way as well. Let's go on. Oh yeah, Dr. Sinatra says, watching the Dave Chappelle special now, pretty good so far. The veteran line killed me. Holy shit. These two made the show so much funnier. Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but there were two very triggered SJWs in the audience that they occasionally cut back to for reactions. Okay? And what was really funny about it is, in the first half of the video, of the set, they're actually laughing. Like, Naomi and I watched this together, and Naomi was like, I was like, listen, Naomi, I've been seeing pictures of these two on the internet. We gotta like actually watch out for them in the crowd and see what's going on. And she's like, okay. So we both like kept an eye out. And Naomi kept finding them before I did. And she's like, look, they're laughing. And they were actually laughing. When it was on like the race stuff, they were laughing. When it was on like the stuff about women, they were laughing. Like these two are not the humorless moral busybodies that this viral picture makes you think they are. But as soon as he went into trans people, as soon as it became about trans people, and the second half is just about trans people, these two, they were just like, we don't like this. We don't like this at all. And you could tell they were pissed. They were pissed. Also, these two stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, there's everyone else in the crowd is like just normal people, and there's just these two like a beacon shining in the darkness. But yeah, the actual show itself, it seemed, you can criticize it for not having enough jokes. You can criticize it for not being funny enough. I don't think you can make the criticism that it is perpetuating harm. I don't think that one makes sense. Okay. So, you know that ever since the massive popularity of this, there has been some kind of a backlash from people, right? People have been screaming at Netflix to cancel Dave Chappelle, and Netflix won't cancel Dave Chappelle. People have been screaming, they're like, cancel your Netflix subscriptions, boycott everything, boycott Netflix, boycott Dave Chappelle, fucking, etc., etc. This has been all over social media, of course. All right, and then we've all seen this. Netflix employees stage walkout in the wake of CEO's response to controversial Dave Chappelle special. On Wednesday, the Trans Employee Resource Group at Netflix participated in a company-wide walkout in response to remarks made by joint CEO Ted Sarandos regarding Dave Chappelle's recently released comedy special, The Closer. LGBTQ activists say Chappelle made a number of anti-trans comments in that special. Wednesday's walkout comes after the streaming service reinstated 3 employees who were suspended for attending a director-level meeting they had not been invited to in order to discuss the special. Another employee was fired for leaking information about the cost of the special. So, I covered this section of the story on a weekly sip a couple weeks back. And basically what it was, there were 3 trans employees who were completely incensed that their employer, Netflix, would dare fund something like The Closer. All right? And they were like kicking up a big fuss, and they were freaking out, and like, then there was a high-level executive meeting about like what should we do about this situation. And these 3 employees tried to break into the meeting when they were uninvited. They were like hammering on the doors, and they were trying to get in there, and because they wanted to make sure their voice was heard, and they got fired. And of course they did, because fuck you, you don't just get to break into people's like private meetings. But they got reinstated because you know how the internet works nowadays. It doesn't actually matter if you do anything wrong. If you are part of a protected class, you can act like a literal fucking child and get away with it. All right? Oh, and also, keep in mind, these people didn't complain this much when it was cuties. I did a video on cuties, too. So, as things began to escalate, there was eventually a walkout, okay? Is this the one? Oh, no. This is the second part. A Netflix employee was fired and blamed for leaking sensitive Dave Chappelle deal details. So what happened was a person at Netflix just basically leaked financial information about how much it cost to make the special, just to stick it to Netflix, speak truth to power, you know how it is. And, well, they got fired. Because fuck you. You idiot. That's dumb, all right? All right, so this happened. As things began to escalate, there was actually a walkout. So dozens of Netflix employees and their supporters staged a walkout outside Netflix headquarters to protest the transphobic comments made by Dave Chappelle in his latest comedy giant special released earlier this month by the streaming giant. Now, this video is being manually copyright struck by, I think, Netflix themselves. You post this to YouTube, it gets copyright struck. You post this to Twitter, it gets copyright struck. There are small Twitter accounts that have it up because they're doing it manually, not algorithmically. I'll read all the super chats at the end, guys. Thank you very much. So this, you can find this video, and who knows, this video might get a little bit fucked on the VOD if I show it to you. But fuck it, we're going over the news, we're going over the information, so let's do it. All right. Oh no, actually, no, that's not true. At this point, it's been 10 days since this happened. At this point, they've stopped copyright striking people. So maybe we can actually watch some of this stuff. Yes, we can. Okay, so let me get my headphones and we can listen to a little bit of this. I don't want to break the table anymore. Jesus. By variety? Okay, that makes sense too. All right, let's listen up.
Tonight, Netflix employees walking out of the company's Hollywood office after weeks of internal backlash.
If your satire is punching down, you are being a bully.
Yeah! Employees angered over Netflix's handling of Dave Chappelle's new comedy.
Yeah, see, I don't buy that. I feel like these people are cry bullies, to be honest. They don't want any kind of compromise. They don't want a situation where Dave Chappelle can continue to do his thing and they can continue to do their thing and some kind of mutual agreement that both sides can settle for. They want just they just want to be crowned the victor in their dispute with him. They want everything that they want, and they're just basically going to cry until they get it. They are the literal definition of cry bullies. Did I see what Sophia Narwitz did? She changed her avatar to some SJW thing and like goofed around for a bit. It was kind of funny. I saw that. Okay. Now, this is the actual video that was taken down. The Daily Caller re-uploaded it. You know, the Daily Caller, but you know what? It's still a video. This is Vito. And Vito is known for just, I don't know how to describe him. Vito is like mundane Matt, but having drunk a few energy drinks, in my opinion. And Vito was at the walkout with his own sign, and the sign I think said, "Dave is funny and I like jokes." That's what his sign said. So here's what happened to Vito.
Why is he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign? Don't have free speech rights? Don't have free speech rights as all of you? Oh, look, there's such a... He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
Did you hear that? He's got a weapon because he has a stick. Okay, this is like that really shitty Netflix trailer for Cowboy Bebop, where like Spike grabs the cut and turns it into a staff to hit people with. He's got a weapon. God, these fucking people. Okay, here's the thing: if someone actually attacks your property like that, you do have the right to defend it. You do have the right to hit him, and you should have. You like if you're gonna go into a situation like this, fuck it, just start a brawl. No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. Let's see if anything else happens in this.
You want me to drop my weapon? Yes. Get in me. There's my weapon.
We're not trying to have any discussion.
I'm not disrupting anything.
We're trying not to have any discussion.
I'm just here to say that jokes are funny, people. Dave Chappelle is a funny guy. I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence.
Tonight, comedian Dave Chappelle
Was she shaking the tambourine and being like, she was shaking that tambourine and saying "repent, motherfucker"? It sounded like it's literally like new religious ceremonies and stuff where they shake stuff and like yell. It's kind of weird, man. It's a pretty fucked up situation, to be honest. And I do like how he was just kind of laughing about it. Vito seems to like. I've seen him talk before. Like a year ago, he was a hardcore communist. Now he's not. I don't know if he's genuinely changing or he's just following trends. But it's funny this time. So, yeah. Repent, repent, shame, shame, shame. All right. So Vito, yeah, he was there with Dick Masterson. And Vito gave an interview over at spikedonline.com. You know, the Dave is funny. Okay. And he just talks about what happened. And it's all kind of stuff that you've read before. So it's not that interesting, but there is one interesting part, okay? Okay. Yeah. One of the protesters grabbed my "We Like Dave" sign and decided it was his job to smash it to pieces. Not only that, but after he had finished destroying my sign, and I was left holding a broken stick to which the sign was previously attached, he yelled he's got a weapon. We later learned this guy who broke my sign was actually a comedy writer. To me, this is the greatest of ironies, that a man who calls himself a comedy writer is stomping all over a sign that says jokes are funny. And then, of course, after I had my sign destroyed, with the crowd pushing me backwards, one woman decided it was her job to exorcise the demons from my bigoted heart. This woman stepped forward bravely with her tambourine of truth and began violently shaking it in my face, while screaming, "Repent, motherfucker," at the top of her lungs. So, it's funny and it's stupid, but the funniest, the weirdest bit of all, and probably the most pathetic bit of all, is the fact that the guy who actually assaulted him, who is stomping on the "jokes are funny" sign, is a comedian. It's literal newspeak level shit. This man is not a true comedian. He does not stand up for the values that comedians stand up for. It's kind of crazy. This is like Ministry of Truth level stuff. All right. So, this woman decided to speak in the aftermath of the walkout.
It isn't my place to accept an apology on behalf of a community. I will say that in terms of the wording of the apology, saying that we somehow forgot what a great place to work this is, we haven't forgotten anything. Our community has a long memory, and just because some parts of working here are great does not mean that the entire experience is great. It isn't my place to accept an apology on...
As always, the problem with that point of view is that she is simultaneously speaking for the community while saying that she can't accept apologies on behalf of the community. And she's saying that things are not all great while not actually saying what's wrong. There's no actual substance to what this person is saying. That's kind of the point that you should take away from this. It's just cry bullying. Now, the person who organized the protest, all right, is Ashley Marie Preston. She organized the Netflix walkout, okay? And here are some of her tweets. "Bro, I'd beat the dog shit out of you. Furry slipper wearing ass fuckboy. IRL, I'd smash your fucking head in like a can of A&W root beer. But I'ma fall back and let you keep pretending for the internet, dick rider. Asian hoes act like they won't get karate chopped they motherfucking throat. What is this hoe staring? Mind your beeswax, bitch. Latino and Asian businesses need to stop being rude and fucking disrespectful. I know it's a lot to ask in California, but speak fucking English. Another damn Asian almost hit me while crossing. What the fuck is with y'all in damn vehicles? McDonald's on Wilshire, eating my salad on protein wrap. This Asian nigga keep looking at me. This Asian nigga in the subway got a fat ass. He almost looks like a bitch from behind. Just broke my phone in this Asian bitch's head. I have Asian friends, but they some motherfucking weirdos sometimes. Almost got hit by an Asian in a BMW as I crossed the street. Yes, I know what you mean, but the important thing is that we didn't say it. Holy fuck. Is there, hold on. This is the last time I help that faggot fucker. He's bringing me problems. Truman, help him. Got the 9 on these motherfuckers. Faggot cocksuckers. Leave 'em shook like jelly in a jam. Smuckers. Denora is a slimy slut. The kind of bitch that'll get fucked face down in a porta potty. She that kind of bitch. I think this girl overdosed. I hope her homegirl don't leave her with them dudes. Drunk, drugged up Asian bitches are a predator's dream. This is fucking wild, dude. Oh my fucking God. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, dude. Yes, these are quotes. Susan, these are quotes. Of course, she says, My tweets were resurfaced as a political play, and she takes full responsibility for her actions and deeply apologizes. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You said this stuff 10 years ago when it was acceptable on the internet, when people weren't fucking like neo-leftist Puritans about it. Shut up. It's not politically correct. It's okay by my books. I don't give a fuck what you say online. But the fact is, you have no place to stand on to start whining about this shit now. You have no place to stand on to pull the ladder up behind you as other people make the same jokes that you used to make. All right? Of course, Dick Masterson was also at the protest, and he actually got attacked. Let's check this out.
Oh, this guy's grabbing my stuff. Oh, no, he's grabbing my stuff. This guy's attacking me. This guy's attacking me. Oh, shit. Hey, don't even... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get this guy. Get this guy. Yeah, he just shoved me into the thing. Yeah.
A little bit cucked on Dave's part. Should have punched him back on that. But yeah, I guess they're right about these things causing real world harm. Hey Doomer, there's the harm perpetuated when the people who are crying about it attack the protesters. All right, let's move on. So basically, because of what's been going on and how things have escalated, the people who walked out are now filing some kind of a suit against Netflix. An unfair labor charge. Let's see what that actually means. 2 Netflix employees have filed an unfair labor practice complaint with the National Labor Relations Board, alleging the streaming giant retaliated against them for protesting. Let's see. B. Pagels Minor, a black trans program manager at Netflix, was fired after the company claimed they shared information on the economics behind the viewership of the closer. That was something we talked about earlier, where somebody leaked just to fuck with Netflix. They leaked private information. So she was fired. She helped organize a walkout, and then software engineer Tara Field was suspended after posting a tweet thread about the closer. But Netflix at the time said the suspension was for attending the company's quarterly business review meeting uninvited. That's the one where she broke in. So basically, these people are doing ridiculous things, and they're getting punished for them, rightly. And now they're saying that it now needs to be looked into as an unfair labor practice on behalf of Netflix because they're trans. And of course, like, it goes without saying, but obviously not all trans women are like this. Obviously Lilith Lovett isn't like this. Obviously Sophia Narwitz isn't like this. You know, you can name all sorts of trans women who are not fucking insane, all right? What's going on here is that these are insane people. And because they're trans, they can use that as a cover for their insanity. But the problem is that they're insane, okay? I don't think Doomer Politics is in here. Maybe I'll see it later. Doomer Politics is a good boy. Honestly, everyone should go sub to Doomer Politics. He's a good guy. Shut up, Canuck. Yeah, classic cry bully bullshit. Now, what's this? Right. So Dave Chappelle finally had a response to the whole situation, okay? And here it is. Let's watch it. It's a 5-minute response, so we're going to be watching it for a little bit, okay?
It's been said in the press that I was invited to speak to the transgender employees at Netflix, and I refuse. That is not true. If they had invited me, I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we are speaking about. I said what I said, and boy, I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore.
Yeah, like, the only problem's with him.
I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames this, that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say. For the record, and I need you to know this, everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about. In summer 2020, when the whole world shut down, I was outside doing shows. My neighbor had a cornfield, and he let me throw shows there, and people came from all over the country. Some people came from around the world to see those shows. The best comedians on earth came to my home and broke bread with me, and we lived our lives. We found a way to keep moving forward. I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the death, the murder of George Floyd.
Let me just grab the second part. Twitter only allows 2-minute and 20-second clips for some reason, so here's the second part of it. Here we go.
This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos and Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet.
Now, so you think what you want about George Floyd. Think what you want about Dave Chappelle's view that George Floyd was murdered by the police. I do think that there's definitely like a negligent homicide there. Murder might be a strong word, but I don't know. I don't know the full story too much anymore. It's been too long. And that's not the point of what I'm trying to say. The point is that it is completely in line with the broader progressive interest that a documentary about what happened to George Floyd, from the point of view of basically ACAB, come out. And that is what Dave Chappelle, that is what he financed. And they are now blocking a movie in their own interest because of this trans stuff. So this is definitely progressive stack. This is definitely the intersectionality at work, where it turns out being trans is more important than being black. And in fact, that was the point of a lot of The Closer. And that's what Dave Chappelle was talking about. And you know what? At least among people on the left, it seems to be true. Yes, OD plus heart attack, but it seems like the heart attack was exacerbated by police action, which is what makes the police responsible. Let's keep watching.
To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands.
And that is how it should be. All right? We will talk as equals. I will not capitulate to you. That's how it should be always.
And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end.
That's fair. Know what you're criticizing before you do it. Fair enough.
You must come to a place of my choosing and a time of my choosing. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny.
Okay, so some of you guys might not get what that's about. So Hannah Gadsby, and this is actually relevant to this story, so I am going to get into it, all right? Hannah Gadsby, this was one of those flash-in-the-pan stories that you heard about back in 2018 that maybe like Akkad Daily did a video on, Tim Pool, you know, the quartering, people who do like daily news cycle videos, you know, that I sometimes try to do. But this is something that you would have heard about had you been paying attention to the culture war of 2018, the culture war landscape of 2018. I'm just put my headphones away here. I don't think I need them anymore. All right. And what happened, and you can kind of see what happened here in this Vulture article, fucking aptly named. Bill Mayer is stand-up comedy's past. Hannah Gadsby represents its future. And there's Bill and there's Hannah. Okay. Hannah Gadsby's Netflix phenomenon, Nanette, continued to rack up impassioned reviews and think pieces. Basically, it's a new way of doing comedy that isn't all that funny. Actually, you know what? Hold on. It's called Nanette, right? What if? Okay, we've seen this here, right? What if I search Nanette? What do we get? I'm kind of curious. Oh. The critics loved it. The audience hated it. I wonder why. I wonder what this could have been. So when this came out, it was completely panned. All right? It was completely, like, everyone fucking hated this, except for people who were, you know, living in some kind of large coastal city, constantly masturbating each other over it. All right? Comedy that isn't funny. Well. And here's the thing. I heard of Nanette from other comedians mocking her. Yeah, that's kind of funny, eh? So it's just really not funny stuff, okay? It's not funny, all right? Nanette brilliantly moves modern comedy into nakedly honest new territory, pivoting from dry humor to raw, powerful storytelling. And it's kind of funny because that is what Dave Chappelle did in The Closer. If you recall at the start of the stream, or at least, 20 minutes into the stream, because I fucked around for the first 20 minutes of the show. But at the start of talking about Dave Chappelle on this stream, I mentioned that The Closer had less jokes than normal, and in fact focused a whole bunch on actually, I should probably mod Dave, shouldn't I? Here, I'll mod Dave. All right. So it focused a whole bunch on talking about the friend of Dave Chappelle who killed herself, and there were jokes in there, but it was definitely also there were non-comedic elements to this comedy show. You know what I mean? And that is a criticism you could levy against it, but it's also what Nanette was, but way fucking worse. Okay? So, as soon as Nanette came out, and it was not funny, and nobody fucking liked it, a whole bunch of things started happening. As you know how media works, as you know how the culture war works, and you know how social media works, and all of these companies, they will put out these think pieces in defense of completely indefensible bullshit. Happens all the time, all right? Eat the bugs, live in the pod, fuck your brother, fuck your father, fuck your daughter, all this crazy fucking bullshit. There's always an article of some idiot saying, maybe it is actually good to be a complete fucking loser. Happens all the time. So it happened with Nanette, with Hannah Gadsby. It happened with her too. You have a bunch of fucking cope coming out about how she's actually really good. Okay? And here's one such piece of cope that I think is kind of interesting. How funny does comedy need to be? It's quite the question, isn't it? All right. We're going to hop down a little bit because it's a fucking nonsense article. But this is the important part here. Like post-rock, Post-comedy uses the elements of comedy, be it stand-up, sitcom, or film, but without the goal of creating the traditional comedic result, laughter, instead focusing on tone, emotional impact, storytelling, and formal experimentation. The goal of being funny is optional for some or for the entirety of the piece. This is not the same as comedians making dramas or becoming serious actors. Okay. So the point is... All right. Let me just see here. No, nothing else is relevant. Okay. So the point is that it has all of the components of something that's funny, but it doesn't actually have to be funny. And it's like, okay, fair enough. The closer kind of dipped its fingers into that a little bit, you know? Dave Chappelle did a little bit of that. So fair enough. But at the same time, it's if you're there to be entertained, if you're there to laugh and you're not laughing, that's also a problem, okay? I can see the value in this kind of media, but the criticism, it's not funny, is still a coherent criticism, okay? Now, what makes me laugh is how people leaned so hard into the Hannah Gadsby isn't trying to be funny, it's post-comedy thing back in 2018. And now everybody is losing their mind that Dave Chappelle said she's not funny. Isn't that the point? Why are you guys mad now? Could it be that it's all just a bunch of fucking cope and bullshit? I mean, maybe. Fucking maybe, dude. All right. So, as it turns out, It's a Gundam made this great point. In the 1950s, Lenny Bruce was persecuted for his comedy routine that was deemed obscene by the moral authority. In 2021, a similar scenario is played out with Dave Chappelle. The difference is, Dave Chappelle's not getting arrested, which would be ridiculous. But yeah, it is the same push is happening. Thank God that the government is not yet controlled by that push, or the police aren't yet controlled by that push, at least not fully. But the same thing is happening. Cultural forces are moving to silence those who make jokes against the prevailing narrative. Because here's the thing: someone like a Sargon can sit here and make some coherent arguments against progressivism. Whether or not you think that they're actually good arguments is beside the point. They can do it, and they probably won't get censored too hard. Because with a coherent argument, you can ignore it, or you can respond with your own argument. But when it comes to laughter, that's a different animal. If someone's laughing at you and you're a totalitarian, you have to make them stop. They can criticize you. They can have all the free speech they want. And you can just say, well, you have your free speech, and then you just go off and do your totalitarian things. But if someone's laughing at you, you have to make them stop. Comedy is that unique place. It's the unique form of criticism where everybody who is a totalitarian will always try to stop comedy. Because laughter, it brings humanity to the critique of what's going on beyond just the analytical. And that's important. That's an emotional resonance, all right? Which is why everybody who wants to censor goes after comedy, all right? And I made a video about this a few years ago about how bad it is that they're going after comedians. You know, how bad it was that Dankula got hit for the whole pug salute thing, you know? There's a reason that political texts are not the first thing that are censored when a totalitarian ideology takes over, whether it's leftist or rightist, but it's comedians that are first censored. All right? That's important. And I guess to end it off, we can talk a little bit about this. Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan are defending themselves at a sold-out show, saying that these are just jokes, and they're both saying it, as they should, you know? As they should, and good for them. I know they've both been on the receiving end of basically being swept up into this culture war stuff. You know, people who have completely normal, completely reasonable opinions, and that because things have gone so fucking crazy in the online spin cycle echo chambers, they're just now, they're maligned for being like regular humans with regular positions that nobody actually thinks is crazy. And so I welcome this kind of thing, you know. Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan, that seems like it could be a pretty good comedy duo, you know? You know what we need? We need to like return to the era of the 90s buddy cop film where it's like one black guy and one Asian guy, or one black guy and one white guy, or one white guy, because like race relations in the States were a lot better when we had those films around, like Rush Hour and stuff, you know? And you know what we could do? We could make a buddy comedy, like racial comedy film where it's Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan as two police officers. Who would watch that? I would fucking watch that. I don't know about you guys, but I would fucking watch that. That sounds awesome. Here. That is pretty much everything that I have on this topic. I don't think this was worth a full video, but it was worth me ranting about it for an hour, so I hope you enjoyed that. I do appreciate all the donations. I will read them off in a second, because well, I'd be kind of cheap if I didn't. But thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Thank you for listening to me ramble. As always, in the pinned comment, all right, the pinned comment of the chat room right now is my gaming channel called Game Boomers. Go over there, sub to the YouTube, follow the Twitch, watch it on either stream, because I stream on both. So watch on whichever one you like. But I'll be there tonight. And I'll be there tomorrow night as well for the Minecraft Halloween thing. So you usually stream between 6 and 7 p.m. EST, so in about 6 hours, okay? Thanks for listening to me ramble about Dave. I almost said Dave Shapiro rather than Dave Chappelle. Holy fuck. Thank you for listening to me ramble with good old Dave Shapiro. And I'm going to read the super chats now. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little discussion we've had. And I hope to make these a little bit more common. Because I like seeing all your happy faces in the chat. Would you guys want to see these like mini streams be a little bit more common? You know, we'll see. Let's see the chats, the super chats. Here we go. $50 from our Social General. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate it. My arguments are post-sense. Go buy a new table. Thank you. I will have to get like an actual desk at some point. Yeah, I have to get an actual desk. Shit. But don't worry. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out. Brother Doom for $2. Post comedy is activism in a comedy club. Yes, exactly. Cool Guy asked me for $5. Where do you think we're going to be at on this issue 5 years from now? I think things in some places are slowly getting better. All right. Lots of people have noticed that things have been getting worse the past. Like the normies are starting to notice, and when the normies start to notice, there starts to be real change. So I think the pushback is going to get stronger on the cultural side. I do think that people generally want like liberal economics. They don't really they don't really want more conservative economics. They don't really want more socialist economics. Your average normie is like, you know what? Maybe we can have a healthcare service. Maybe we can have like a social security. You know, government spending should not be zero, but it should not be too much. Most people are just right in the center. They're just grillists, and the normies, they're not going to move economically either way. But they are moving away from the left culturally. That backlash is finally happening. People are beginning to notice that they can't say the jokes they used to say in the 2000s. And they're noticing, and they're not liking it. So I think that there will be a lot more screaming and crying. Online, it will get a lot worse. But I think we're at the hump right now. Things are going to get a little bit worse, but they are going to start getting better, I think, within the next 5 years. I really think so. If not online, definitely offline. Like all of your woke friends who used to like drop N-bombs and stuff back in the day, and now they're like, you can't say that, you bigot. They're probably going to go back to normal. They're probably going to, like, at least some of them are probably going to go back to normal. And you know what? If they don't, you're going to meet people who go back to normal. Like, I actually think things are going to be slowly okay. I really do. $20, Meet the Galaxy. Thank you very much. For the desk. Stay true to your values. More streams are a happier audience. Thank you very much, man. We'll see. You can't half-baked in the Discord tonight, Dave. You can't do that. We're doing a fucking stream tonight. By the way, Davey JN in the chat room, he's the new employee of SFO Industries. He's my co-host on Game Boomers, and he likes to host, I guess it's like an impromptu thing in Discord where he watches movies, he streams movies. Do you call it half-baked now, Dave? Like, is that your thing? Are you calling the show your Discord show half baked? But he goes into the SFO Discord and like streams movies to people after our Game Boomer streams as like a wind down, you know. Anyway, Brother of Doom for $5. Post rock is still music. It still works like music. Post comedy is not fucking funny. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Gregor Chopin, $2. Devo, Dave effed up in the first 60 seconds. He's a mod. Yeah, I know. That's how Dave fucking works, dude. Dan Richards for $2.79. Thank you. Nanette was not a TED Talk. That's pretty good, man. Commissar Dale for $10. Thank you. Playing the victim is so prominent through history, and it's a very good way to get your ideology to the top. X is oppressing Y. Join the fight so you aren't like X. Yeah, I've seen that a lot. I've seen like Nazi propaganda where they play where like the white Germans are playing the victim against the evil Jewish internationalists. You know, the Soviets did it. Everyone does it, man. Like that is normal. That is normal. Yeah. No, I know that, Dave. No, Dave. Just call your post. Since here's the thing. Okay, post Game Boomers, Dave. You go on Discord and you stream a movie, and you generally get fucking high when you do it. So just call your show half baked. It's fine. $10 from Athlon. Thank you very much. Once they censor the comedians, and they can censor anything else. Dave Chappelle's special was a 7 out of 10 for me, but still fun. Yeah, I agree. Completely agree with that. 100%. Angel Rin for $2. Some money for your demonetization. F. I don't think I'll be demonetized this time. I think because they know I'm quoting. I'm not saying it myself, you know. Dr. Diddler, $2. Let them walk out and lock the door behind them. Yes. Yes. Dave, don't fucking send a super chat. You Dave, you fucking retard. Don't send a fucking super chat. You just walk down the hall and give me the money. We're in the same house. YouTube takes half of that, you dumbo. Oh my God. Why would you ever super chat to somebody in your own fucking house? Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Gregor for $5. By the way, Diva, you got text-to-speech yet? No, I don't. I kind of find text-to-speech annoying a little bit, you know? Also, more money for the table fund. And send the mold couch and the old table to Sargon with my regards. Okay, all right. Lucifer for $5. Dave didn't go far enough. Sargon 2021. I think that's all super chats now. Actually, I think YouTube takes 30%, not half. They take like 1/3. I think that's what it is. Ever seen Jesse Genders take? No, I haven't, Jack Long, but thank you for the 2 bits. I think that's all of them. All right, guys. Make sure you drop in Game Boomers tonight. We're going to finish up a Plague Tale. And maybe, if it's short, maybe do something else afterwards. And drop in, finish up your Halloween Minecraft entries, and drop in tomorrow night for the Halloween Minecraft SFO Halloween Eve, October 31st, Halloween special tour episode Halloween. All right? Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all the supers. I will see you next time, guys. I'll see you in about 6 hours. Make sure you watch the stream. Have a good day.